Hello Skywinders, today we are unboxing this watch. This is a watch I already reviewed and I had before and it broke, so I threw it away and bought it again. I bought this from AliExpress. As you can see, everything I order from AliExpress is smashed, as you can see over here. And the thing is, I believe that at the AliExpress factory, when they're gonna ship something, the first thing they do before they put it on the mail is they go BAM, and then they ship it out. Because I cannot explain it any other way, that everything from AliExpress is like this. But anyway, we're gonna open up this, and as you can see, it has a cleaning cloth, which is nice. I believe I paid $24 for this. I can't remember exactly how much. And this is it right here. Like I said, I'd reviewed this before, but it broke down, so I had to buy it again. And it does look very, very nice in person. I don't know if it looks that great on video, but it's beautiful. I'm a big fan of these watches, because this watch, for example, is in what they call a homage or homage. I don't know. I never could find out the correct pronunciation for that. Some people say homage, some people say homage. Anyway, it's an imitation. It's not the original one. And this is the white face version of this one right here. As you can see, they come in two colors. And of course, these two are actually an imitation of this watch right here, a Tag Heuer, a Grand Carrera Calibre 36. So if you pull it out, you're gonna notice the similarities. Let's pull that out, and let's unwind it. So it's meant to imitate this. So it's kind of weird how it sticks up like that. And this right here is it's a relative of this right here. I should say a variant of this. Which is this Tag Heuer too. And this, it's also a distant, or I should say a close cousin of this right here. Tag Heuer. So as you can guess, you probably guessed it by now, I'm a big fan of Tag Heuer. And I just love these watches. And I've been following them since 2011. And we're in 2021, so that's 10 years. But anyway, I'm going to review this one right now, so I'm just going to move all of these out of the way. So here we are. So that's how it looks in the back. As you can see, it's automatic because it has not a pendulum, a rotor. A rotor that doesn't rotate that well. It doesn't rotate that well in it when it's fully winded, but it does rotate when it's unwinded. You can also manually wind it, but it's very hard to do, because if you look at the crown, they made it way too small. Let's look at the original ones. The crown is a lot bigger. Also, the movement is different, because this one has a very soft movement. It's easy to wind. If you look at this one over here, when you wind it, you can barely feel the clicking. It's very nice. But the winter version, that's not the winter version. This is winter version. They're very stiff, and when you wind them, they don't sound as smooth as the other ones. But that does not affect the operation. It also has this thing right here, but I never used it. It also has the rotating bezel, but I never used that either, and I wouldn't buy it for a bezel. It only rotates in that direction. If you try to do it in the other direction, it doesn't do anything. As far as the strap, it's not signed. There's nothing signed here, and the crown is not signed. And one of the things that I like about this watch is how comfortable it feels. It feels very comfortable. My wrist is, I think, 6 inches. I don't know. But yeah, it's super comfortable. As far as accuracy, for a $24 watch, I think it's very accurate. I don't know how accurate it is, but I don't find myself having to adjust the time. It's just good as it is. I just set the time and wear it. And since it's automatic, you don't really have to wind it. As long as you're moving, as long as you're not just standing still all the time, you're moving around. That's all you need to do. And the loom, as far as the loom, I'm not going to show the loom, but when you turn off the lights, you can barely see the two hands, the minute and hour hands, and also the mini second hand. Not the main second hand, but that little mini second hand. And that's it. Nothing else is loomed. So it is what it is for $24 automatic watch that kind of looks like the original. Well, it looks like the original a lot. It's made in Switzerland. I think it's a great watch. I love it. That's why I bought. This must be my 4th watch. And the problem with these Chinese watches is that they break down a lot. So I don't know if it's gonna last. But I already had 2 of them that basically the problem was that they would freeze up. And then I would have to pull the crown out and put it back in to get it to move again. And that was the main problem. It kept freezing up. Not these ones. These ones are very nice. They don't freeze up unless you leave them without winding. So I'm not gonna recommend it for that reason. But if you absolutely love it, well, you can buy it. But just be sure that you know what you're getting into, because you might be throwing away $24. And another thing you need to know about this particular watch, not the original one, but the winter version, the winter brand, is that if you put it on a watch winder, it doesn't actually wind for some reason. Yeah, this is definitely a watch that you have to wear to keep it winded up or wound up. I don't know how you pronounce that. But or you can manually wind it if you can get to it, but it's very hard to do manually. See, my skin is that damage right there. That's from winding it because it's so hard. So it's always like brushing against my skin. The other day I made an experiment and I left it on this same watch winder for 3 days and it just stopped. So I wasn't very happy about it. It will not maintain the power reserve just for being on a winder. And I made the same test with the original one. So the original one will keep the power reserve if you leave it in there. But yeah, if you leave it in there, the original one does wind very well on the watch winder, but this one has that defect. And I guess that's it for now. So I do like this right here that it comes with. I do like the cleaning cloth. It actually does do a good job. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention, and that's I forgot to mention that if you sometimes when it's there's a lot of humidity, you can see it gets fogged up, and that's a very big problem with these cheap watches. They fog up like that, and I don't know why they do that. One time I tried the original one that I bought. I tried to disassemble it because it has those 4 screws over here. And I went to my car and I turned on the AC, and the AC will dry up the air. So I turned on the AC on max and I put it near the vent, so it did dry out. And I thought that was it, so I put the cover back on. And I thought that was it. I thought the internals were dried out. And then a few days later, it fogged up again. So this one I just got, so I haven't seen it fog up, but this one does fog up. It gets foggy in there. Well, thank you for watching. Subscribe and thumbs up.